Welcome back, going into part 2 of episode 108 of Court of Swords. Adam, what is going on?
Well, last time we saw Maharib, he got eye-beamed and fell down on the ground. It was not looking so good for Maharib. So I think probably we get a series of shots, right? One, Maharib kind of like sort of coming to, and the sound of like wet crunching and this sort of like wet kind of babbling, like someone trying to talk with their mouth full sound. And you pass back out.
Uh-huh.
And then you wake up again. Let's see how long this takes, because that will indicate to me how far these vignettes go.
Cup.
Let's see. Okay, all right. So not too long. You're unconscious for about a minute. So you wake up a minute after you are hit with this beam, and I think you wake up to the sound of a voice from the bushes. You come to realizing you haven't gone very far, and you hear this like, hey, 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 you, yeah, big fucker, wake up, hey, and you slowly come to, and the scene is much as it was before. You see now that all of the grubs have gathered in the middle of the pool, which is mostly blood. You can't see the body of Gun Princess anymore.
Okay.
And floating somewhere over here, looking at the eggs, you see the baby head. And and you're lying face down, you got mud all over you. You probably got some mud in your mouth. And you wake up, and that's what you see. And you hear this voice whispering from like somewhere in the bushes behind you, like, hey, get up.
Okay. Before responding to the voice and before even moving at all, do I still have all my limbs attached?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
I
you
can...
do the internal like two legs, two arms, got my head, my face seems okay. Yeah. You're not missing any limbs.
Okay. And then I'll open my eyes and kind of... I don't want to... Depending on where the voice is coming from, I don't want to pick my head up. I just kind of want to like turn it on the mud so I don't move much.
It's a very slowly like
Yeah.
okay. So you look over
More
and
so
in the
moving my eyes than
bushes.
my face.
Yeah, in the bushes, you see a figure crouched down. He's wearing some kind of like armor and like a mask. It's got two big lenses on the front of it, kind of like a gas mask, and it's got a big long hose off the front. Uh, and he's peering through the bushes, and he's like, "Yeah, over here. Are you okay?"
I think I like
And
move my face against the mud to look back over towards the swamp and see if the eye has noticed anything.
it has not so far.
Okay. Then I drag my
I think
face.
when you look at it, it's right now one of its eyes is pointed at an egg, and it fires the like black beam at it, and the egg splits open, and this kind of like white, like milky, like fluid pours out, and it starts giggling. It's entertaining itself over here
Huh.
with whatever, killing these larval eggs.
Okay. Then yeah, I close my eyes and like hold my breath, drag my face through the mud again without picking my head up to like change focus back over towards the bushes. And I can make out this face talking to me. This
Yeah, you see the
person.
mask. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the mask is made not out of like leather and metal and glass, but out of like chitin. Like you can see little plates. It looks like you're looking in the face of like a weird bug, basically, a big
Okay.
fly or something.
Yeah, I'll as quiet as possible. Just say, "Are you friendly?"
What?
I'll take my chances. And I just kind of like put my face back slowly through the mud and just stare at the, the thing of eyes.
Uh huh. And so he says from the bushes, he's like, Listen, it's not about friendly. It's about what we can do for each other. See, over there, under all those wiggly bugs, beautiful little babies, there's what's left of a friend of mine, Gun Princess. She's gonna be real pissed at me if we don't, make sure she can, come back in a bit. We got a couple of hours before things get real messy. And, it looks to me like one of those handsome devils is, it's eating her heart. I can't tell which one, but, I'm gonna need you, your big muscles, that sword of yours. Go over there, figure it out, get it for me. You can do that, can't you?
Did Gun Princess ever mention any other friends when she talked about the farm?
No, only that she was coming to see obstinate bugfucker.
I don't think they ever really spoke outside of like the trio of them that they had anyone else that they were friendly with or anyone else that was like part of their squad or their team, right?
Mm.
I kind of feel like this. And she was reluctant to tell us about this place, but the other two knew that she was coming to this place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and when he sees that you're hesitating, the guy in the
I'm
bushes
definitely
says,
hesitating. Like I'm not responding.
he's
but
like,
I'm definitely
yeah,
thinking
he's
about
like,
it.
hey, brain dead. Listen, I'm even willing to overlook the fact that you're, trespassing on my property. I don't know why you're here. Armed as you are, I'm only going to assume it's to rob me. We can let bygones be bygones. You help me. Forget about the whole thing. Maybe I'll throw in some slugs. You like slugs?
I think when he says that his property, like it potentially clicks. And so I drag my face through the mud, turn around and whisper, this is your place?
Well, it sure as fuck doesn't belong to them. Gestures with his head over at the bugs.
Do you have a name?
Doesn't everybody? Listen, do this for me. Then we can be on a first name basis later. You can have tea or what the fuck ever. Your shit still works, right? You can move more than your face. You could get up, for example, and go over there.
I like wiggle my toes and wiggle my fingers being the end of my extremities to see if I can control it.
You're fine. Yep. You just got real sleepy real fast and fell down.
Yes, I can still move.
All right. So, what do you think? You want to give your old buddy a hand?
I need your name first.
You can't see it. He's rolling his eyes. What's your fucking name, Hotshot?
You can call me Maharib.
What kind of name is that? This is my farm. I'm obstinate bugfucker. And now we're acquainted.
Fair enough. I need you to distract that creature over there. The one with all the eyes.
If it hadn't become such a fuck up, I might be proud of that thing. I didn't quite grow right. I mean, the eyes are good. I always want more eyes, but listen, I'm just an amateur flesh crafter. I will admit to having maybe gone a little far on that one. But yeah, okay, sure. And you see him. He reaches into his like coat, pulls out a pistol. It's about like I don't know, this big around, this big around as your face, and about like 2 feet long, the big ivory grip and a metal. And he takes it out and he snaps the barrel. And he reaches in and he jams this like thing in the end of it, one of these little like bug things. He snaps it and he says, "I made it. It's my responsibility to unmake it. But we're going to need to work together on this.
Well, my role is to collect her heart, is it not?
Yeah. And hey, listen, if you could just like do it as non-violently as possible, those things are expensive to grow. I still have use for those grubs. I actually think that eating some flesh might do them good, helps the targeting. But you know what, I understand if you got to do a little bit of chopping. But you know, if we're going to be pals, buddies here, Meharabe, you know, we're going to need to work together.
If I collect her heart and none of the creatures die, you'll owe me more.
Yeah, if you have the ability to do that shit, yeah, man, I'll jerk you off myself. Or whatever you want. Never mind. So how are we going to do this?
Need you to draw that creature away. Away from wherever she's at. That way I'll run in there, grab her heart, and where would you like to meet? Back towards where I came from?
He gestures his head. Yeah, and he says, big tent back there.
Fair enough. I'll wait till you do whatever it is you're going to, and then I'll go.
Okay, yeah, and he nods. And he starts to kind of like make his way through the bushes up to this point. And he jumps out of the bushes. And he
like right here?
He like leaps out over here. And he jumps out and he stands up and you can see he's got like a long like leather, like a lab coat kind of thing, or like a big heavy like hazmat kind of coat. He's got his gas mask, his like bug mask with the proboscis kind of hanging out in front of him. And then on his back, what you thought maybe at first was like a tank or something, or like a backpack, it pops open and a set of big moth wings like unfurl and like gray dust pops off of them. And they have big gray and black spots on them. And so he blows out to about like, 10 feet and they kind of like flick back and forth. And he takes the gun in both hands and he points it at the baby head. And he's like, "Hey!" And the thing immediately just like looks up, and he fires. He fires at it, and let's see if he hits it. No, he misses. The shot just goes, it just like flies past him, and he's just standing there, and he's just like, fuck. Hey, over here. And he runs. He runs off in the other direction, like this way. And the baby, giggling, flies off after him.
Is he... Okay. But he's... Oh, so he's gone. He's completely gone.
Yeah, they run. The baby's chasing him, like giggling. And he's just like, "Ah!" And he's like running away.
Okay. Mahari is very confused that worked as well as it did and kind of stands up and fair enough. So I'll stand up and I'm going to, it depends on how you want to handle this, but in my mind, Mahari would like stay hunched, quietly try to get over to the edge of this.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to make a stealth check. They're in like a feeding frenzy. And as you get closer, you can't see, like we wouldn't be able to see the body, but there are like torn pieces of clothing and like blood and stuff. The water is glistening with that kind of dark, like a butcher shop floor kind of thing. And yeah, there's like wet crunching as these grubs kind of feast on, with their little human faces. They feast on the remnants of the flesh. Can
I make out like a torso or anything, or is it all just like completely destroyed?
Yeah, you can make it's either a perception or a medicine check.
I'll do a perception.
Yeah, do a perception check.
17.
Okay. Yeah. You can guess pretty good like which one. You see one with its face like buried in. You can see a couple of ribs broken out and like its face buried in like what used to be her chest cavity. It's just like peristalsis, like dragging flesh up into its body.
Would
this one? This is the special one.
Oh, the one on the bottom right.
Yeah.
Would I assume that thing has devoured her heart, or that the heart is still in the chest?
No, I think
cavity?
it's reasonable to assume that it has eaten it. Yeah.
Um,
And these things are taking like big mouthfuls and swallowing it whole rather than like doing a lot of like careful chewing.
right. What is this one doing here? If I can study the pack, is that one just like guarding? Is it waiting its turn?
No, it's the biggest. It's the biggest one. So it got the most like food basically.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So it's done. It's gorged and it's now like lying over here.
Okay. Let me look at the tool here. How much was that? Oh, this is double movement, isn't it? So this is all, that's 20, that's
yeah.
30.
Yeah, let's put him up on the land there, so he's just like laying.
That's 30 feet basically, one round.
From where?
From where I'm starting at here.
That'll be 30. Well, you get 5 if you go onto this thing, and then you're out into the water.
Okay. Well, the goal here, and I guess this will basically be me having to roll. You'll tell me whenever I roll initiation for this, if I have to. But the goal is going to be to kind of outskirt all of this, and then basically get right here and grab the back of that grub or whatever, and just try to
wrestle it.
Well, no, I'm just gonna like grab it and start pulling it out of the swamp back over to the left edge.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So you want to like get over there without like just like I think they're in a feeding frenzy, so they don't notice. They're just like chewing away. So you walk over to them quietly and like slosh through the water. You get next to it, this glistening big like let me see if this thing were like laid out end to end, it'd be like 5, 10, like 15 feet long. So you like walk over to this grub, roll your fucking sleeves up, and then you want to grab it by its back and just drag it away.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, yeah, make an athletics check.
Now I have powerful build, which makes me count as one size larger when determining what weight I can push, drag, or lift. Is that going to give me advantage, or is that just going to give me a normal roll?
It won't give you advantage, but like if you needed to, you could lift this thing over your head and like walk away with it, right? Like you're strong enough that you could like throw it over your shoulder and then drag it away.
Okay. You want an athletics check? Is that what you said?
Yeah, make an athletics check. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll oppose.
Great. We'll see how this goes.
All right. Do you want to go first? Okay,
I'll go
yeah,
first.
nice.
19.
Good roll. Okay.
That's all right. I got a plus
So
19.
this thing, they have a plus 4. Oh, it's a tie. Okay, so you
Tie goes to
grab it
that,
by the
right?
yeah, you grab it by the butt and you like start yanking it away, and it just stretches out. And so now you're holding the end of this rubbery grub, its little wiggly legs dangling over the water, and its face is still kind of buried in the corpse, and it's trying to hold on. And it makes kind of a grunting noise and tries to pull away from you. And the others like turn to look at you, but not angrily. They're just like, what the hell's going on? And yeah, you like take a couple of steps back, and this thing just like accordions out. And its skin is like mostly transparent, so it's kind of got like a red color to it now, and it's got and you can see like chunks inside it that are not thing. But yeah, you're basically trying to pulling a dog away from a food dish.
Right.
It's not happy about it, but it's not going to try to bite you yet.
Yeah. I'm gonna try again. I mean, I have a plus 9 to this. Like it should.
Yeah,
I
you
should
do.
be able to surmount this.
That was a below average roll. So.
Yeah. Why don't you roll first?
Okay. All right.
But if we tie, then it still goes to you. Because
Yeah.
Did you get 19 again?
Wow.
Jesus.
You got another
fuck.
19.
You gotta get an 11, dude. You're
11 or higher.
Yeah, you just need 11 or higher.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So this
I rolled a
time,
12. It's higher than 11.
Yeah.
11 or higher. Fucking
this time
Christ.
now, just like trying to pull a dog away from its food, the first time it was like, stop pulling on my legs. This time it turns around and like tries to bite you. So it just turns, and because you feel it turns around and like snaps out at you with its like tentacle face.
Yeah.
So it's gonna make an attack. What's your armor class? It's pretty high, right?
17.
Okay, and is that with a shield? No, right? Because you fight two-handed.
Yeah, I don't have my shield out. It's 17 two-handed. Yeah. 19 with shield.
Okay, so it misses. It just like bites the air, but now it's like turned away. It's got like blood dripping off its face and like swamp water and stuff. And yeah, it turns around to face you, and it's like pissed that you're trying to like take it away from its food.
Yeah, I'm pissed because I can't fucking grab this thing. So now I think I'm like grabbing its, I don't know. I'm still grabbing at it, but I've got like maybe a better center mass on it, so it's not like
Yeah, it
farther
turns
towards the
around.
tail.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna try to grab it and still wrestle it off to the edge.
Yeah, you're just
Like,
gonna keep wrestling with it. All right,
it's the,
sure.
I
yeah.
get a
And
+9 to this roll. This should fucking work. You can roll first.
Bam bam that shit.
Yeah, just I'm
All right,
trying
here
to
we
bam
go.
bam this thing.
Okay, I got a 14 this time.
Fucking Christ. Oh my
Oh, buddy. Okay, so
Spirit
it's
is
going
willing.
to. Yeah. So now it gets its full attack. So its little fingers are like lashing at you, and it's trying to bite you. So let's see. First attack is +8.
Can I action surge to get another one? It's already attacking. We're not really in combat yet, so I guess you tell me.
Yeah, it's not really a combat thing. You're just at the business end of it. Your armor is like kind of too good for it to be able to hurt you anyway. Yeah, so it's like just biting you. It's like chewing on your leg, and like the little fingers are trying to dig into your armor and pull like pieces of your armor off. And you're just like wrestling the thing and punching it, and like, yeah, okay. You wanna try to drag it away again?
I told the guy I would do it without being harmed, so I'm very close to just like taking my hand axe and like ripping the side of this thing's fucking stomach open. But yeah, I'll try to grab it again.
The thing is too is like, yeah, it's pretty thin, right? It's got this thin skin, so you could like just punch through it.
Yeah.
If you hit it hard enough, you're pretty strong.
Yeah, but I don't want all those things to go into a feeding frenzy over its insides.
Yeah, they might get. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. They might get upset.
So here we go. Tell me what I got to beat. I'll once again
All right,
try
let's see.
athletics.
All right, I rolled a 23.
Holy shit. This is
Have fun.
insane. So I need to get what is that, a 14 or higher? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I fail.
So this thing is like lashing around in the water. The other ones are starting to get a little like it's making this whining sound that's starting to attract the attention of the other ones, and like you will not be able to keep this up forever because it hits you with
Yeah,
a
you
crit,
crit me,
first
yeah.
of all. So the little fingers, when they grab you, they like sink into your flesh. So you take, let's see here. This is a crit, so I got to roll double. Okay. You take 24 damage.
All right,
5 of which is psychic damage.
Okay, I'm gonna Stone's Endurance. You tell me what I take then.
Okay.
So 15. Tell me what am I doing 9 with the psychic being the 5?
Yeah, because it reduces it by whatever you just rolled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah,
All right.
that's fine. Okay, and then it's gonna try to bite you. It's just like squealing like a pig, trying to get away from you, but it doesn't bite you.
Okay.
And do another. You want to try to wrestle it again?
Let me see if there's anything else that I could potentially do. If I like tie a rope to it, it's gonna basically just like like hunch down on the rope and basically tear the thing apart. I would think.
It might, yeah. Like if you tied a rope around its head and tried to pull it away, it would just be like a gummy worm that got stretched too hard and it'd snap.
Right. Right.
Now I want gummy worms.
Can I use superiority dice on like hand attacks, like punch attacks?
Yeah, totally.
Cat's excited about that. Would I be able to step like right here and hit this thing with a pushing attack to try to push it out into the open with my fist? Like punch this
Yeah.
thing?
Sure.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do then. What do I roll for hand to hand?
So unless you are a monk or have an unarmed attack, you're not proficient with your own fists.
Right. So it's just flat.
So you're
D20
gonna
plus
roll-
strength.
It's a d20 plus your strength, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. And it'll deal like one damage.
17.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yep.
Okay.
What's your strength modifier? Or your bonus?
+5.
Okay. So you deal 6 damage to the thing.
Do I need to deal the other 3 attacks? Or actually, I guess I
firm
get
slap.
each one.
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
how much did I just move? Let me do that because this will. So I moved 20 feet basically to get to there. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to use a superiority dice to push this thing 15 feet away from me.
Okay. So it's gonna make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, the DC is 17.
Okay. Nice. Okay. How far does it go?
15 feet. So does it go 7 or does it go 15 feet? Because
Oh, it goes 15. Yeah. Because you push it. The difficult terrain doesn't matter. So you like lift the thing up and then like throw it backwards, and it kind of like flops and wriggles and splashes back into the water 15 feet away from you. And it's like lying on its back and like flailing its legs and being pissed that you took it away from the food.
okay, so if that's 20 feet, then I'm going to move 1 down. Whoops. Which is 30 feet, and then it would add extra damage. But if I'm not adding this damage, not wanting to hurt this, do you want me to roll for that with pushing attack?
No, don't worry about it. I mean, the thing is, you can keep damaging it, but do non-lethal if you accidentally kill it. Right?
Gotcha.
So like, you would normally roll to add the damage, just because you might knock the thing unconscious. It's worth tracking.
Okay. It's just oh god, it's a D10. 7.
Okay.
And then since I can't get to it, how far is it from me right now? So it's 10, 20, 30. Okay. Then since it's probably going to run towards me, I will action surge and move towards
Okay.
it so that it doesn't come closer to where those mobs were. So I'm going to move here and then I guess punch it again, but it's probably going to come back to me. So I'm going to try pushing it this way. So same thing. D20 plus 5 or D20 plus 5. 19. I assume
you
that
hit it.
hits. So 1 damage. And then you make a save against DC 17 strength.
Is this another big push?
Yeah, another pushing attack.
Hilarious. Okay, I got a 20 this time.
Fuck. Okay, that's fine. It was going to run at me anyway.
So this time you run through the water, splashing swamp water on either side.
It takes 10 more
rush
damage.
up to it, slam into it, like lift it up. It takes a bunch of damage, but it doesn't get pushed.
Great.
Good. You're this universe's Steve Irwin. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to
What a
stick its
big
finger
one.
up its butt and just
Yeah.
start saying
Look at its
Australian
big one.
remarks.
Stick my finger up his butthole.
Oh, what a lovely Sheila. All right, so
Oh, he's really pissed now.
yeah, so it's like up, kind of on part of its body, like flailing its little arms, and it like slams down on you, trying to bite you. So let's see. The first attack is a hit.
It's a hit.
Okay, and you take 10 damage,
Okay.
and then a bite is a miss.
All right. Still at 100. Still triple digits. That's what matters. Always stay triple. My turn?
It is.
I'm kind of seeing more success with this than grabbing it. So,
Yeah, you're better at punching than you are wrestling.
although I'm not going to be able to do it twice. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm going to punch it. We're going to do the same thing.
Okay.
D20 plus 5. 17.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 damage plus pushing attack. Make a save.
Okay. Okay. So let's see, it's 4. Make the save. It fails.
Okay, 15 feet back.
Okay. All right, so that's away from you. Like throw him against this tree.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
And then 10, 20. Yeah, so I can get back in range of it once again. And I still have 2 attacks left, so yeah, I'll do it once again. Oh, it takes 10, or it takes a d10 damage. It takes 8 more damage. It's still up.
Okay.
I would assume.
6, 7, 8. Let's see, 10, 20, 35. And then you do your 6 or whatever from punching. So let's see, 10, 20,
It's taken 3.
Yeah, it's still up.
Okay. Yeah, and
Still
then
going.
another d20 plus 5. Whoops. 11.
Yes. Yeah, an 11 is enough to hit.
Okay. Punching attack. Make a save. DC 17.
Totally fails the save.
Yep, 15 feet back.
Okay, all right.
Oh, and then it
So
takes
you-
d10.
Huck it another 15
Another
feet.
10 damage. Fuck.
Okay, 10 damage. I assume you don't want to kill it. I assume
Yeah,
you just want
this
to
is
knock
all just fucking straight to the head, trying to knock this thing out.
it out. So good. So you just keep rushing up to it, punching it, picking it up, throwing it, punching it, throwing it, and just like shoving it into the back of the back corner of the swamp here until eventually you throw it one more time and it smashes into a tree. The tree breaks and it falls on the ground and lies still on the ground in the dirt.
Great. Yeah, you just hear like a fucking cry. We'll just start like, walking through the swamp to go grab the bug. I'm just gonna grab the bug and take it towards the camp with it knocked out.
Okay, you're gonna drag the whole bug over there. You're not gonna just like get the heart out of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting the heart out of it would mean that I just shove my arm down its throat, right? Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what
or
I'll
just
do.
you could just squeeze it and fucking wring it out, and all the goop will pour out of its mouth.
We'll do that. Let's do that. I basically like toothbrush or toothpaste my way through this grub to like get all of this viscera out onto the
just roll him up from the fucking.
He's
tail
gonna
up.
eat it again when he gets up. So if anything, it's probably better for the bug in terms of growth. I was trying to find the heart.
Amazing. Okay, so yeah, you just wring it out and just all of this like viscera and chunks of stuff come out, and then and amidst that there is a slightly chewed on human heart lying in the goo.
Great. I grab the heart, and you hear more just cursing to myself. I'll make sure the grub is facing what was just inside of its stomach, so it wakes up and just
waits and eats it
starts
again.
going back.
Yep.
I'll wash my hands off in the fucking awful swamp and
Yeah, it doesn't help. Really.
Yeah, start making my way back to the tent.
Okay, perfect. You head back to the tent. So as you leave the swamp, we'll crossfade over to Ramus and Berg. So the two of you and your friend, One Last Job, have gone not to the same tavern or whatever you were in before, but somewhere much nicer. The Vein Hunter has brought you to a special place. He's brought you to their like guild hall. So he had to pay, and he was like, "Don't worry about it. I got you. I'll pay it. I'll pay it in, and we're gonna do the thing." So he pays the bouncer essentially an extra fee. He flashes them a badge that he has, and then pays an extra fee to invite the two of you in to the into the lodge. So where he has brought you is it's basically like a tavern / like Vein Hunter, like a meeting ground. And outside we see it. It's a building. It's a stone building on the bottom floor, then another stone floor, and then the third floor is mostly wood. And on the outside, it's pretty like well kept. There's like a little bit of ivy growing around the bottom. There are windows on the outside. When you approach, there's a woman smoking a pipe, sitting and talking to a man outside, and she tips her hat to you as you come up. And there's a sign, a fine painted sign, a calligraphied sign, hanging over the door that says Miss Tippett's home for future corpses. And the group of you are the two of you are brought in to this place, and inside, and Ramus, you've been keeping an eye on the dude, but One Last Job does that thing where he kind of like makes a point of nodding and waving to everybody he knows to show you that he's like, I'm a big deal. So he's just like, hello, oh hi, good to see you again. Yes, oh I'm glad you're still here, and kind of like making his way through the thing, and there's a woman. She's maybe like 5 feet tall, maybe like pushing 5. She's 5 feet tall with her horns. So she's got like russet colored skin, big, long, curling goat horns, and then gray hair pulled up in a bun. She's like kind of bent over. She's got like a sort of Victorian looking like a dress with a little like a bustle, and she comes up to Last Job, and she says, "Oh dear, it's so good to see you again." And he smiles, but he smiles at you, like, yeah, see, I know the owner. And she kind of like squints over her glasses, and she says, "One last job, is it? When are you going to change that terrible title? You know you can't say it's one last job forever. Eventually, your friends aren't going to believe you any." Oh, hello. Who are these handsome fellows? And she turns and she looks at you, and she says, if Last Job has paid your way in, well, welcome. I'm Miss Tippett. This is my home. It's also the resting place for some of the worst garbage this entire place has to offer. Come here and they drink my wine and they pass out at my tables. I swear. And who are you?
Why, you are most gracious host. Thank you for having us. I am Ramus the Burnt, and this is Berg the Angry.
Bert,
She,
my name is Bert. How many times do I have to tell you?
Bert the Angry.
Well, he doesn't look so angry to me. Should have called him Bert the Tall or Bert the Handsome.
You see,
my man.
I'm handsome, Ramos.
And she points at you, Ramus. She says, "You have excellent manners, my boy." That name, what was it? Ramus, you said?
Yes, you said it so beautifully. Thank you.
Oh, you're flattering me. I see. Well, you'll get no free drinks. Everyone here pays, even you. And she points at your friend, and he says, he like smiles at her, and she points and she says, "There's no one at your booth. Go on, have fun with your friends." And she kind of waves you off. And Ramus, you notice that as she turns around and heads back towards like the kitchen or something, she's like muttering your name. She's like, Ramus. She wanders away. And yeah, and your buddy Last Job doesn't seem to notice. He's very happy to show you to his booth. And he takes you to a booth at the back, and he says, "I've been coming here almost as long as this place has been here, and that's a long time. Miss Tippett was one of the first to hunt the vein here. But now she runs this place, a kind of halfway house for vein hunters. We're all very fond of her. Have a seat.
She seemed like
be over with some wine."
Seemed like the most amicable type of person. Very kind.
She is. She's earned it. Little peace, place like this. So,
well,
tell me. And he sits down and gestures for you to sit. And before you even really get a chance, she says, so tell me, what did you think of Eorda's workshop?
Well, as you saw initially, it's a little too much to take at first, but once I held my stomach down, it's a fascinating place. In both horrifying and awe-inspiring ways.
Well, to be perfectly honest, you're lucky. Eorda went through this whole inside-out organs phase. Impossible to speak to him for months at a time. I like this form a lot better. I think he's doing a kind of practical craftsmanship thing.
Yes, at least this form we could speak and interact with him a little easier than what you just described.
And he nods and he says, I was lucky enough to conclude my first piece of business and to find some additional business. Now, I understand that the two of you are in the necropolis without official paperwork. Is that true?
I have a look of shame on my face, like, yeah.
No, don't worry about that. It happens to the best of us. It can be a complicated procedure to get you some more, but I'm sure that if we grease the right wheels and well, it'll be costly, but I think it's an investment. I like the cut of your business, you and your friend. I think we could work together. There's been a prophecy. One of the soothsayers has indicated to Aorta that there's going to be a vein opening up nearby. Now, that's not unusual, but it's going to be a big one. Deep. One that could make all of us rich. Now, I need some enterprising individuals, tough individuals, who can help me tap that vein.
Well, you've
Going to be
done
dangerous.
so much. You've done so much for us. I mean, the least we could do.
Yeah, and he grins and he says, "That's just what I was hoping to hear." Now you could really make a reputation for yourself in this town. The regime's going to solidify eventually, and you want to be in a position where you have something to say and you have the coin to back it up. I don't want to be a vein hunter forever. No one does. It's dangerous and painful work. But maybe, and I know what you're thinking. Maybe it might finally be a chance for me to change my name.
The actual last job. How poetic.
I knew you were an artiste, Ramus. You understand the way the world works. I'm going to go and get us some drinks, and I'm going to let you two discuss it yourselves. Now, if the two of you know any other dangerous individuals, there's going to be enough to go around if this vein is as deep as they say. So, now you stay here. Take in the place. I'll be right back. And he gets up and he walks out into the room.
Oh, thank God he's
To
gone.
your-
He has so much to take.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, I've hung out with worse. Just someone sits there and like goes on and on about how great they are and all the things they've accomplished. Who could stand someone like that?
We can talk about that another time.
Very well. Well, what do you think about this job?
Go to a vein. Kill people trying to get it first. Easy.
Yeah, he said something weird happens in these big ones, though. Don't worry, but we do need cash and need to reunite with Yota and Maharib, wherever they are.
What if these big ones? What if maybe it's a way back home? Then what?
Well, if we find a way back through, then we can leave this place behind us.
But what
These are
of
truly
Yota?
cracks from the fountain.
What?
That means the other world must be through there somehow.
We just leave Yota and Maharib.
No. We're going to suggest them to come with us for the job. We'll go find them.
So it does occur to you, Berg, and I feel like this is maybe where you were going with that. It does occur to you that Ramus very recently just straight up ditched you. So this is becoming a pattern.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to find them.
Yes, I know. We will find them. I have a few tricks to find them. If they work. Things a little unreliable lately.
Magic is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I draw upon the fountain itself, and it sounds like the fountain doesn't reach here except through these little cracks or veins or whatever they are.
Mm.
Now, Burke, do you know what a centaur is?
No.
Well, it's half man, half horse. Imagine how badass and bigger you would be.
So I hold on before you finish describing it. When Ramus says to you, it's half man, half horse. What is the image? Like if we see Berg and like a thought bubble goes boop 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 boop. What does Berg think of when he thinks of a half man, half horse?
He thinks of like the middle section of it's like the torso of the horse is still there, the legs are still there. And it's like a man shooting off one side and like a horse head, like on the other, like the rest of the horse on the other side. So it's just like
yeah, right, just mushed together. Okay, good.
Honestly,
terrific.
Like, I would think he would like elephant person like me. Like that's the first thing.
Well, but the thing,
but his description is so much better.
Yeah, but like Yotazo and like the Gaja, you're not half human, half elephant. You're Gaja. You have some qualities of both.
Right, sure.
Not an abomination like a centaur. But yeah, anyway, sorry, Ramus, please continue.
It's like from half man, half horse. You have the legs of a horse and the top of a man. Now that would be bigger. It's something that he could turn you into. Think of how majestic you would be. We could ride you.
I don't know if I want to be ridden, but what about this? Wings. So I could fly. You know, when I fight, they fly up away from me. Can't do anything. But then, fly, Berg.
That would be interesting.
Not bad. Mm.
If they worked, that would be something.
Well, if they didn't work, I wouldn't want them.
Well, he adds flesh to your body. There's no guarantee that it's gonna function like it looks. I don't know.
I will say this: if you're interested, Max, in getting this guy to fleshcraft you a pair of wings, and you do this job and you throw in some juice, Dragonborn can get through, or I think it's sorcerers through Draconic Bloodline can get wings at level 14. So I think that if you were willing to pay for it and do the thing, you could get them installed and practice with them, and then because it's balanced for level 14, at level 14, I'll just give you dragon wings. I'll just let you have them.
yeah. Yeah.
If you want wings,
sounds
that's the thing.
awesome.
We could do it. It'll just take you until level 14 to learn how to fly with them.
That's pretty cool.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you survive the procedure.
That's right. You gotta do the
Yeah, exactly.
I do a real maniacal laugh, but my throat doesn't want me to do that right now.
I'm too tired to be evil.
Mm-hmm.
So it is certainly an option. Now the your friend, like you can hang out and drink with him and whatever for a while until he eventually gets tired and like gets up and he excuses himself. He says, I gotta go. I'm gonna go and sleep. It's been a long day. I'm so happy to have met you. I arranged with Miss Tippett to get you rooms upstairs. Here's the keys. And he hands you little iron keys with little skulls on the end of them. And he says, this place, a bit rough around the edges, but you'll find as long as you obey the rules, everything is wonderful. You don't have to leave. Of course you should, but be careful if you're still being looked at. Anyway, I'll meet you down here in a few hours. I'm going to go and get some rest. So he gets up and he...
Well, thank you so much. And we do have a couple of adventures in mind for the job. We will do it for you.
How good. So good to hear. Well, get in touch with them then and let me know. I don't plan on leaving Miss Tippett's until it's time for us to go.
Awesome. Well, we'll round them up and then we'll meet you when we can.
And he gives you a big dramatic bow. He says, very good. A fortunate day for all of us. And he totters upstairs to go to sleep.
I make sure he says, he hears me when he leaves. I'm going to miss him. I say to Berg, trying to sound like he...
Yeah, right.
I'm not
like,
trying to...
aw, he's going to bed. I'll miss him. Okay, perfect. All right. So, yeah, he goes away. And, Ramus, if you had some kind of magic thing that you wanted to do, you are capable of doing so.
Yes, I would like to do locate creature.
Yeah, okay.
And I would like to try to find first Yotaza.
Okay. All right. So how does that action work? Let's talk about locate.
Dan, can you
Describe.
hit that spell again? I want to see if it goes to chat. Sorry. Doing some testing.
Yep. Yeah, let's see. Find it again.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Describe or name a creature that's familiar to you. You sense the direction of the creature's location. As long as the creature is within 1,000 feet of you, creature is moving, you know what direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, as long as you've seen the creature up close. Spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature.
And does it have like a dowsing like thing? Like it'll last as long as you concentrate?
It lasts for an hour, and like I can sense the direction that they are.
Right, and you walk around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I think if you go up to your room and you want to cast the spell, make a religion check.
Crit.
Fucking sweet. Yes, no problem. You can just pierce through the veil between worlds and reach the fountain's energy. And I think that as you're casting the spell or whatever, and the other within the tavern, the other resting vein hunters, anyone who is currently under the influence of the juice has like exceptionally powerful visions or dreams or whatever tonight, right? Anybody who gets high gets extra high because of your spell, like your spell. And I think probably they have dreams about an elephant man, right? They dream about like dancing with Yotazo, or like they feel your power resonate through them through the spell. But they wouldn't be able to track it back to you. They just all have a shared hallucination. So yeah, you cast the spell. I can tell you this, that Yotazo is not within 1,000 feet of you, but if you want to, you can go out and like wander around a little and see if you can get within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, I think I'd try to go back towards the entrance to try to see if he's somewhere near there.
Sure.
So I can
think
up his trace.
with an hour of wandering, and this would be great for like a crossover between the two scenes. So yeah, you wandered in the street. It takes a while, and 20 minutes, 30 minutes in, you still haven't picked up the sort of signal, but you turn a corner, and you're looking down one of the main roads, and at the end of the road, there is a complex looking building. And I can't remember if I have a name for this building. It looks like a giant theater. So it's got a big marquee out front. There are no letters on it currently, but it's a big playhouse, essentially. Like where you hold plays, not like a kid's playhouse. But yeah, like a big, enormous like hall. And there are people gathered outside. And as soon as you come around that corner, you turn and the spell like buzzes in your head. And there's no question that Yotazo is somewhere within this great theater. Do you head that direction or do you make note and return to your room?
I think I make note. I think Berg's with me, and we just try to get as close as we can to see what the building is, who's outside, who's in it, get a feel of the
Totally.
building.
So there are revelers outside, a cavalcade of people looking for entertainment. Vein hunters who have returned from the hunt, who have they have like they've traded in their stuff for coin. And this place is a drinking hall. It is a theater. It is a bordello. It is a house of pleasures, a house of earthly pleasures. And everyone here is like either already deeply submerged in some sort of intoxication or they are well on their way. And nobody really notices you as you approach, except for maybe like a random drunk guy like slaps you on the back, like, welcome to the party, friend. And as you approach, I think the crowd kind of gets louder, and then we crossfade to Yotazo. So Yota, do you want to do anything like on your own, or do you want me to just jump you to the next time you're like called from your room?
Well, I'd like to figure out how to get a rest in because I can beat the shit. Like I got knocked out like in one shot by the big giant guard. I'm not gonna stop and like ask a guard or something. Yeah.
Of everybody here, you are the one who has the easiest time getting a rest in. Okay. But you know that there's some complications to resting in this place. So tell me what you do, and I'll tell you if you get the effects of a long rest. Because yeah, you're beat to shit.
So okay, I know there's two things that gave me a rest. One was eating the game that we killed, right?
Mm.
And the other was the bug juice that gun princess gave me. Or was it Gun Princess? One of them.
It was the business.
The business. There you go. The business game. So I will not bother the king if I don't have to, and ask anybody who's like attending me or guarding me or whatever, and ask them if they have anything similar. Meat of this world. I described the juice because he described it as like prune juice and it was like easily obtained.
Yeah, it was just like booze. So if that's something you ask for, like
yes,
specifically, okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that I mean you left on like she was like kind of throwing a fit. I'm just gonna flip a coin.
But I said something pretty great at the end there. Maybe it turned her heart around.
Yeah, I mean, she still likes you. Okay, all right. So you ask for that, and yeah, it's brought to you. It takes some time because I gotta go get it. Okay. But yeah, you have that strange kind of gross liquor brought to you.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do the guards who are guarding me? What are they like? What do they like look like? Do they talk? Do they speak? Or do they just get spoken to?
They're mostly humans. Like they're kind of like not everything in here is like a special weird creature. Or they are because they're from another universe than you. But like they're humans. The guards that are guarding you. They're wearing very ornate like breastplates, and then they're dressed up like you would imagine a stage like knight or a guard would be dressed, right? Like they're dressed theatrically, and they got big halberds and helmets with big plumes of white feathers on them. Okay, but yeah, they're just like human guards.
Okay. Thank you for providing me with this drink. Seems to be the only way I can get a decent rest. If if I were to want to sleep, does the king have a bed or something for me to sleep on, or shall I just sleep on the floor? I'm content with either. I just want to know if there's a proper place.
Yeah. I think in your room you have like a place that you can sleep. Like it's like a guest room or one of her like playrooms. But you don't have a bed. There's like a pile of stuffed animals, none of which you can recognize. They're all like just the weirdest looking, like a big like stuffed like Nothic and like a rust monster and an Umber Hulk, like just stuffed monsters. And the guard just points to the big pile of stuffies.
Okay. Thank you. And I know you don't owe me anything, but if I may ask two things of you. One, if the king requests me, no matter how much jostling or even striking me it takes, make sure that I awake so that I am ready to greet the king. And I'm sure you'd probably do that anyway, but the second thing, if I were to want to get on the king's good side, please. And do I say her?
Yeah.
If I wanted to please Her Majesty, is there any tips you might give me? I want to be the best plaything that I can be.
Make a persuade check. This could go either way.
Okay. Not bad.
Damn. A couple of 21s. All right. It's the guards. One of the guards just like rolls his eyes and walks away, and the other says, "I feel bad for you, whatever you are. You're probably better off downstairs with that great stinking furry thing. Now you've got her attention. She's either going to love you to death, or you'll do something to displease her and she'll pull your head off. She looks like a little child. She's not. You must have felt it by now. Power. Smelled that stink on her.
If I were to say that I had an inkling of what you were talking about, of course, this is just imagined. I could, in this imaginary scenario, I could see myself agreeing with that.
And he nods. He says, "That's good. Talking around the point. Harder to make her angry that way. You'll last longer. Your best bet is to keep her and the other three at each other's throats. If they ever start getting along on anything, that's when things get really bad around here. If you manage to survive, she doesn't have you buried alive or have your organs torn out, or whatever. It's just a matter of time before the regime changes again. And then you get thrown out like so much trash. We've seen it before. So just watch your mouth."
Do you mean thrown out as in let I couldn't imagine it means set free. I'm guessing it means where you put refuse.
He shrugs. Try not to think about it.
How many more cycles will this regime last? Is it set or is it up to whim?
More likely that last one. Dragon Knight lasted 1,000 or so cycles. little more maybe.
And you've seen like he hides it from the guard, but you see him wince, just like, oh,
You're like,
no. Yeah.
And he says, but there's been rumors. People have been saying that the Mar are coming here directly. Something certainly got the fool's attention. I hear he's on his way. And if he's coming, the other two certainly will.
What sort of event would bring them?
What sort of event indeed? It gives you like a long, like, I have my fucking suspicions, Elephant Man.
Surely not a grotesque, walking nightmare like myself.
Opportunity's full of walking nightmares. This one's different.
Fair point. So, just watch what I say. Nothing in particular. She seems to be fond of make-believe.
It's just, play pretend.
Very
you've
well.
got your booze. And he says, he's like, you've got your booze. Drink up. And he turns around like, I'm not being paid to hang out with you.
Right. Well, my name is Mr. Tusky. If you should need me again, I'll be asleep in this pile of toys. And I take it with my trunk and quaff it down and saunter my way into the stuffed animals.
It's the first booze you've had in a long time, and it tastes real good.
Now, does it taste like terrible booze, though?
I mean, it tastes bad. It tastes like drinking cleaning solution. Like, you shouldn't. Your body is like, what the fuck are you doing? This isn't food.
Right.
But that's true about a lot of booze. So, like, it gets the job done.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Like, it has the effect that I want.
Yeah.
Or that I crave.
Yeah. You pass out shortly thereafter. Okay. And you get your long rest in. Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And I can take off my one level of exhaustion. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. You feel great. You're
perfect.
Good. So, Maharib, we cut back to you dragging this unconscious. It feels good, right? Dragging this unconscious worm through the mud. You were covered in blood and worm barf and
I
mud
got the heart.
And sludge.
I'm not dragging the worm. I grabbed
the heart. That's right. You drag the heart out of the worm, and you're walking with that in your hand. That's right. So we see you drop the worm and walk away. And so you're heading back to the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So when you get out there, you hear whistling from inside, and you can hear water running. And as you come around the other side of the tent, so you've come all the way around. On this side of the tent, there is a wooden structure, four legs, and then up on top there is a barrel. And then from the barrel, there is some kind of like hose or tube that runs down into a room or an area in the tent, runs through a hole in the side of the tent. And you can hear water like running inside the tent.
Okay.
Sounds like a waterfall.
Right. I will go to the tent and I assume there's no place to knock, so I'm not really going to. I just kind of open up the tent and walk in.
Okay. Yeah. So you open the tent. Inside, you see a emaciated figure. He weighs, maybe if you had to guess, maybe like 80 pounds. He's about like 5 feet tall, super pale skin, hairless. He's got like liver spots on his skin. And he's standing under a torrent of water. He's got long gray hair that's currently like wet and hanging over his face. And he's like rubbing his head. He's taking a shower in this little like antechamber before the tent proper. He doesn't seem to have heard you.
Okay. In the room that I'm in within the tent, is there any like tables or any place that's not just ground, or is it standing room only?
There's a big hook where a bunch of like leather and chitinous like gear is hanging. Like he's hung all his stuff up. I think that's basically it.
Okay. And he's showering.
And then there's another door on the other side.
Sure. He's showering. Like I can tell that he's showering.
Yeah. You're watching him. He's just like scrubbing his scrawny body.
I'll cross my arms and sit there and wait. I'm not going to interrupt him.
Okay. Yeah. So he finishes. He reaches up and he pulls on this lever, and the water shuts off. And he reaches over behind him as he's brushing the hair out of his eyes, and he grabs a.
Is the towel near me where I can hand it to him or no?
Yeah, you could just like push it over to him.
Yeah, I throw the towel in his hand.
And he grabs it and he like starts drying off, and he turns around. He's got it kind of hanging over his face, and he looks like he has suffered from some kind of like wasting sickness. His face is very drawn. He doesn't look like he has very many teeth. His eyes are like sunken, and one of them is kind of like gray. And he looks up at you and he grins, and he kind of makes like a hissing sound, and you kind of make out the word helmet, and he points, and you can see his helmet hanging on the rack, and he gestures like, "Give me that thing."
Yeah, I'd turn and walk over, grab the helmet, hand it to him.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So he puts it on, and when he does, when it touches the skin around his collarbone, little insectoid like limbs, little arms dig into his collarbone, and there is a hissing sound as it like seals tight around the skin. He takes a deep breath, and the end of the tube kind of like unfurls, and then he says in a much clearer voice, "That's better. Well, no need to stand there staring at me. Get cleaned up. We'll go inside." And still naked, aside from his helmet, he walks through the other door.
Okay, as he's walking, I like hold up the heart. Oh, what would you like me to do with this?
And he looks at it, and he turns around and he's like, "Oh, give it to me." He puts out a bony hand.
Okay, yeah, I hand him the heart.
Okay. It seems like kind of heavy. Like you can see his hand like dip a little. He's like tries to, he's like, "All right, thanks." And he turns and he goes inside.
Okay. Yeah, I walk into the shower room. If it's easy enough to understand, then I guess
Yeah, you just pull the thing and water comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I start washing this bug shit off of me.
Yeah, the water is fucking cold, but it feels pretty good once you've cleaned off.
Yeah, I'm probably used to some cold water bath showers all the time.
Exactly. You've bathed in waterfalls before.
Mm-hmm.
And we like cut then to the two of you in his house. Now the inside of this place is fairly clean. He keeps the work outside and the pleasure inside. It's kind of like a greenhouse. It's like warm, and he's got like a bed off to one side. There are sheets of like thin like hide kind of hanging, separating a set of rooms. And there's a table, and nothing in here matches. It seems like he's scavenged a lot of stuff. And there are guns everywhere in various states of assembly. There's like a rack with like 20 of these rifles, all slightly different. There's a pile of handgun parts on a table. He's dressed now. He's wearing basically like denim overalls, like gray kind of tattered denim overalls, bare feet, and this helmet. So he looks like kind of like a weird, like a World War I hillbilly. And he turns around when you come in, and he says, "Oh, that's better. Oh, good work." And he like, walks over with the heart.
And
he
Didn't kill a grub as I
me.
promised. It's left on the shore.
He says, "Well, I'm surprised. I mean, to take a look at you, I figured you'd be more interested in killing than sparing those beautiful creatures. So, thank you. My tiny wriggly children and I appreciate the gentle touch. Now, what was your name? Momarobe? I didn't catch it.
It's Maharib.
Maharib.
You can just call me Reeb. It's easier.
Shrugs. Reeb, that'll do. I am proud to say that I am obstinate bugfucker. Finest firearms mechanic in fucking anywhere. Grow the slugs. Make them into ammunition. I sell them. Then people use them to kill things. It's fantastic. It's an excellent business. Do you know how to fire a gun?
Can't say that I do.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, if you're ever interested in buying one, he gestures. I've got some surplus right now. I'm working on some new designs. But I don't think you came here to buy guns. What the fuck are you doing in my house?
Waiting for Gun Princess to come back, if that's what's going to be happening.
So what are you, her boyfriend or something?
No. She,
Are you sure you're not her boyfriend?
as far as I'm aware, yes. I would not consider our relationship.
Good, because she
of
and
that
I have had
nature.
that confusion before. I am strictly not interested, but she comes here and she says these things, and I see the way she looks at me. I'm not interested. I'm only interested in my insects, but she has a way, and I keep telling her, no, I'm not interested, but anyway. Well, you did right by her, boyfriend or otherwise.
How long till she comes back? I don't, till the cycle's finished.
Well, damage this bad, it might take a few cycles, and it's gonna hurt. She's not gonna like it. When she comes back, she might come back a little fucked in the head. I mean, you look like somebody who's died before. You never been incinerated or chopped into little pieces or anything?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, right. Me too. I fell into one of the vats a few months ago, and I tell you, fuck, you don't want to have that happen to you. Stay the fuck away from the vats.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll take little gun princess here, and he gestures at the heart sitting on the table, and we'll put her somewhere safe. You and I, we can hang out, get to know each other a little better. And then when she's better, I'm sure she'll be very thankful to you. And then she and I can conclude our business, and the two of you can fuck off and do whatever.
What is this business you two have, if I can ask?
She brings me the spent casings, and I recycle them. She gives me a little bit of the juice. I give her whatever I'm working on, plus ammunition.
I see.
Can't be a gun princess without ammunition, can you?
No, that makes sense. And that creature that was out in the swamp, that was your doing?
Yeah. So, sorry about that. So I found something, and he walks over to his, he's got a chest that he opens. Every once in a while, a vein will pop up around here. Little ones, they'll drop garbage and things we don't know what they're for. I found this. And he comes out, and he's holding a tiny, lead or pewter statue. It's maybe an inch tall. And at the end of it, it's there's a little base of stone, and there's a ball. And the ball has an eye in the front, and it's ringed by a circle of little eyeballs. You can make a Arcana check.
Sure. 7.
Okay, yeah, you don't know what the fuck this thing is. It's some kind of monster. And he says, I found this. And I just thought, wasn't that cool? I want one. I want one for real. And so I tried to make one. I'm just an amateur when it comes to flesh crafting. I mostly work in bugs. That was my third attempt. It went better.
Why is
Sorry
it
it attacked you.
It's fine. I'm still alive. I'm not upset. What is it you're doing outside the necropolis, anyways? I thought.
I can't stand those fucks. I hate them. Each and every single one of them. Every one of the Mara can suck my dick for all I care. Yeah, you fucking heard me. They're watching me. They don't trust me. They think I'm dangerous, which is good. You want to keep them on their back foot. I tried to live in the necropolis. I had a little house and a business, and then they made me leave because of, listen, it's not either any of your business or valuable information for you right now, but I can't. I have to be on my own. I have to have room for the bugs. I need to grow them out here. And besides, there's other places you could live in a swamp. It's fine. People don't have to live in cities.
No, they don't. This might seem well, you're not going to like this question, but I'm interested in the answer regardless. Her friends didn't seem too fond of you when you came up in conversation. What would be the reason
fuck them
for that?
too. I don't know. Is everybody you meet like you? Listen, sometimes I say things that people don't like to hear. I will tell them what I really think and not just what they want me to say, and people don't like that. You say to them, I think you're ugly and obnoxious, and they're going to be like, why are you so rude, bugfucker? I hate you. And then they leave, and they don't hang out and look at your cool bugs. But fuck them. I don't need them. So probably they just misinterpreted something that I said, and they think that I'm whatever. I don't need them either. Gun Princess at least appreciates my craft.
All right. Well, do you have a place that I could sleep for a couple of days?
He gestures. He says, my palace is yours, friend. I owe you one. And I don't find you completely obnoxious for some reason. What's wrong with you?
I guess you'll have to find out. If it's all right with you, I'm going to sleep.
Do what you want.
Let me know if there's anything I can help with around here. After I sleep.
Yeah. And, like, you can't see his face because he's got his weird breathing mask on. But he, like, his body squints at you. Like, he's just like, what the fuck? Why are you being like this? And then he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And slowly kind of backs away from you. Like, I'm going to go over here now.
Okay.
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
Is the ground? Like, is it dirt or is it some sort of tent or?
Yeah, it's dirt, but there are places where like rugs have been laid down for like standing on or whatever.
Sure, I'll find a corner and stab Bahath down into the ground and use that as my backboard to sleep on. Kind of lean up against it and just
Nice.
go to sleep.
Excellent, very anime protagonist. Just
Yeah.
put your sword in the ground and just lean on it.
Yep.
All right, cool, great, good, cool. Okay, so Ramus and Berg, you were able to get close enough to the House of the Divine Comedy to know for sure that Yotozo is in there somewhere. Did you want to attempt to go in and like get closer, or did you have something else you wanted to do?
Does this look like a place that people are allowed to go inside of, or people are coming in and out, or is it just like a guards out front?
But like people are paying to get in, and it looks like the kind of place where everything costs something, right? Like there's a lot of money, those like gray-green coins being passed around. People are buying drinks, they are buying sexy times, and they're buying entry into the main hall. It doesn't look like there's a show going on, but they're using the hall for like general revelry.
I see. I guess since we don't have any cash, probably can't go in there. So we'd probably go back and maybe try to get money out of the guy or tell him that our friend's in there or something like that. I think we'll need his help to get inside there. What do you think, Berg or Matt?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need money, right? But we can't get
Yeah.
money without our guys. What? I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think?
Just rob somebody.
I mean, you could, in a very literal sense, you could sell your body, Berg. Right? Like, you don't have to go all the way into getting wings territory, but you could go back to Aorta and be like, all right, you got an hour to examine me, and then I'm out of here. But you got to pay me. You got to give me some coins.
Yeah.
Or, did we pass a market where people are buying relics from the other world for a coin? We tried maybe to sell some of our possessions.
Yeah. You could go back to the market and try to sell. What do you got? Maybe you and Berg are like looking at the stuff. What do you got in your inventory that you think you could like sell as a relic that you found? Because that's definitely a thing, like junk merchants, and like we saw with Bugfucker, he found this thing, and it was value, and it came from a vein.
I still have 3 books I picked up from that one library in the basement of the Sun Temple. I grabbed 3 random books. They're in there.
And could you imagine, like, that would be like us finding a book and it being like totally incomprehensible, and someone being like, "Yeah, it's a book from Mars. It's a Martian book," and like, yeah.
It's written in a weird language.
Yeah. I mean, they speak, for some fucked up reason, they speak common. You don't know if they can read it. But...
Do you have anything interesting in your inventory, Berg?
Not that I know of. I'm looking, but I don't see anything there.
Like, even something mundane from another world could be something cool. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Problem is, there's a lot of stuff that, since Berg has been such a long character, I mean, Ramus has too, and he's fucking, died and come back. A lot of his stuff just kind of
lost all your stuff, gathered all your new stuff. I mean, do you have any coins on you?
I did fall from the sky with kind of nothing. See, I usually don't handle money though, is the thing, because Ramus is the one that has the money.
I have 27 gold coins. I don't know if someone would want to trade those for some of the new currency in this world.
Why not? That seems reasonable.
We could try, see if they want to swap these rare coins for some modern ones. I also have a spell book from a hobgoblin from forever ago.
I'm sure that would be interesting, especially considering it's like forbidden,
Yeah, and I have a black I have a black scale from the mysterious person in Utrix's realm. I picked up one black scale from her room.
That's right. Yeah,
that could be good.
Like a scale, like a dragon scale, or like a scale.
It's like a teardrop, black scale.
Yeah, black scale.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a scale used for like seeing how much things weigh.
Yeah. What? We don't have those here in this weird universe.
What do you mean, weigh?
Well, I mean, fuck, it could be like, it's D&D, dude. It could be like for weighing souls or something, something it's magical,
No, I know.
In this case, but in this case, it's an object they would just casually have. Like the scale that Dan is talking about is
I was
like
saying in the void too, they don't weigh things. What do you mean weight?
Nothing weighs anything. Okay, so yeah, I mean, pick an object, and I'll get you to make a roll, and we'll see if you can trade it for coinage.
I'll try to sell the 3 books from the other world.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. Like weird tomes of lore.
Yeah, written in weird stuff.
Let me see what skill that would be. Maybe you would just default to persuade. Yeah, I think it's persuasion. It's a persuasion check.
Okay. Since Berg's helping, can I do it at advantage?
Oh yeah, Yeah, I assume that Berg is like gonna try to help you. Boom. Shit, yeah. All right,
Right.
cool. So you find somebody, you get a 23. You find somebody that not only like wants otherworldly relics, but collects like written material. So you find like a bookseller of forbidden tomes, and they are super excited. They're like, these are in such good condition. Where did you get these? They're like in mint condition, man. Well, I can only give you like a little bit, but like you can see them fucking sweating. Like these guys are just,
Yeah.
wow, they're so excited about your weird books.
I think I'm just
Yeah,
like,
they're-
like I just don't know if I can give them away though, because they're just so rare. Berg, what do you think?
Yeah.
Trying
Yeah.
to like play each other off.
If
Okay. So,
they don't have the money for it, sure, there's someone. who
yeah, right.
does.
They're like, no. We listen. I can borrow some from, and and so you haggle with them, and eventually, you come around to they give you a dozen coins. There's only one coin in this realm, and each individual coin is worth like considerably more. Like they don't deal in like copper or silver or whatever. Like a single coin, it's much more like the fucking John Wick coins, right? Where it's just like, here you go, one little stack of coins. So they're willing to give you what do I say, like a dozen of those coins, 12 coins, and you can have those for your books.
All right, I guess it's a deal. And we swap the books out.
Okay, cool. So you walk away, and these coins they're weird. They're cold to the touch, even long after being in your hand or your pocket. And they have a faint, like sort of pulse feeling to them. Like if you hold them in your hand, you can almost feel them throbbing. Like each individual coin has like a beat, like a pulsing feeling to them. And now you have 12 of them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
in the city, like have I gotten a gauge of like how much a coin is worth? Like what people are buying with a single coin, like how much that's worth
You
value-wise?
couldn't become like a real estate agent or anything, but you have a pretty good idea. And for the most part, a single coin will buy you goods or services of any sort of mundane thing. Like entry into the theater is one coin, but also while you're in there, you can drink and eat as much as you want. A coin might represent like a single night with a courtesan, or like a single night with like 3 not as skilled courtesans. They're worth quite a lot. Like maybe about as much as in your world, like a platinum, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending.
Okay.
But there's no
Significantly
clear
Yeah.
rate.
It's hard to. It's kind of like a barter system, but it doesn't have like clear set rules.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess now that we have coins, I think we'll go back to the theater and try to go in and see if we can spot Yotaza inside.
Okay. Sure. Did you want to try and cast that spell again?
I think I will save it, and if I can't like spot him inside, then we'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
Like I'll try to just find him with our skill first, and then if he's
find him
not
with your eyeballs
obviously
first.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you head off to the theater, and you're bringing Berg with you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So mark off 2 of your coins. You approach the front of the theater. The doors are wide open. Inside there is music. You can hear the sounds of laughter and raucous like shouting. There are quite a few people here. It's a very popular place. Even outside, like the party is spilled out into the streets, and there are people like laying on the ground, laughing and like drinking, and it's pretty raucous. And so when you get here, you give over 2 coins to the front desk, the guard, and you are given entry into this place. So the inside of it is a single like big area. There are seats leading up to a stage. The stage has currently got tables on it. So people are out there drinking and sitting around. The lower seats, there are people sitting in it and talking, but they're meant to be like theater seats. And so the stage kind of juts out. It's in the round, so the seats come around the thing. And then up above, there are mezzanines, and with a glance up at the mezzanine, there are other more untoward businesses occurring in the shadows up there. There's like a cloud of vapor kind of drifting around. And when you walk in, a person dressed in a jester's outfit doesn't even walk up to you. They do a little like cartwheel to approach you, and then they bow and they say, "Welcome, honored guests, to the theater. There is no show this evening, but we avail you. Take advantage of all the pleasures that the House of the Divine Comedy has to offer. And if you stay long enough, and if you're lucky, you might see a member of the court. As I understand, they've been coming and going in preparation for some future event. How titillating. Welcome.
Oh,
Welcome one and all."
you mean members of the court are actually here in the building?
Indeed, my friend, indeed. They have a villa at the back of the theater where they stay as productions are being built. And it's my understanding that something very, very special is in the planning. Now, you didn't hear it from me, dear friend.
Of
but
course.
I hear that the king has stumbled upon something quite delicious in the wilds and is going to deliver it up to us for our viewing sometime soon. So if I were you, I wouldn't leave this place. And luckily, you can get everything you need to eat or drink or to entertain other parts of your body. There's no reason to go as long as you've the coin.
Where would you suggest, sir, would be the best spot to get the best view of her new find when she brings it out?
And he turns and looks and he says, "Well, the seats, good my lord, seem a bit crowded on the floor this evening. But we do have VIP seating up above, if you've the coin for it. Best seats in the house, a private box. Somewhere you and your friend can see to your own entertainment until the show begins, whenever that might be. Eat, sleep, drink, fuck as you desire. We'll bring you everything that you like, if you've the coin. You do have the coin for the VIP area, don't you, my lord?"
I jingle my coin purse just a little bit just to make him realize that there's stuff in there.
Yeah, you can practically hear his salivary glands go to work.
Oh, don't worry. I think we'll browse around the lesser folk just to mingle with them a bit. Then I might take you up on the VIP seating after we're done, mingling a little with those people.
And yeah, he smiles, big wide smile, and bows. And he says, "Of course. Please enjoy. And if there's anything at all you need, simply..." And when he snaps, he disappears.
Impressive.
So Berg, while Ramus is talking to this jester, what are you doing? Are you like looking around, getting a handle on the thing, or what?
Yeah, I think he's looking around and just he's like Ramus talks enough as is. So when there's two people talk, like when Ramus is doing his thing, Ramus is indulging.
So yeah, it does seem to you like Ramus is meeting a lot of people that are like him here, right?
Yeah.
Like this is normally any well-adjusted human being that interacts with Ramus for more than a few seconds is like, "Oh, I fucking cannot stand you. Get away from me." But these people are all just like, "Haha, you're great. I love you. Welcome." And he doesn't seem to be turning them off the way he normally does.
Yeah. It's slightly concerning to Berg.
Yeah.
Because he already didn't want to leave here. And he knows that Ramus, talks a lot to kind of swindle people, and stuff and mislead them. But he's also wondering how much like, it seems like Ramus is really enjoying this. So he's just kind of like keeping an eye, and then flashing back a little bit that, he did leave. Or
Mm-hmm.
but then he casts that out of his head. So yeah, he sees that and he just kind of then snaps back.
Make a perception check. You have the opportunity to look around the room and get a handle on the place. Let's see if you pick anything up. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if Berg has seen a place like this before. But you've definitely been around people like this. There is an apocalyptic desperation to these people where I don't know if it's like that feeling where everybody at the party is like a little out of control and a little bit too drunk, and they're like, this is the best party ever, and people keep saying it because they want to believe it, but everybody's actually feeling really fucked up and doesn't want to be here anymore. You feel like you are witnessing something like bad coming to a head. There is a tension here. The mirth of this place seems more like people trying to stave off terror and less like people having a great time. Ramus does not seem to notice this. But yeah, there is like a desperation in the sound of people's laughter, in the way that people are looking at each other. There's something unnerving. Your warrior instinct, like your danger sense, tells you that this place is dangerous.
And he'll probably say that to Ramus, and the guy poofs away and just be like,
Ramus, do you feel that anything is off here? Like more than the fucked upness of where we are?
In what way? The people or what?
Look at the people, I mean, listen to them laughing. It's not real laughter. Forced. People want to believe that this area of this place is great. But it's just weird here. Something is not right.
Ramus, can you make an insight check?
Sure. 17.
Okay. So Ramus, this is me. I'm going to talk to Dan for a second. Ramus, certainly is capable of perceiving that, but I will leave it up to Dan to know whether or not he chooses to. So you could at this moment be like, Berg, you're right. Something is unsettling about this place. Or you can just be like, nah, I'm in denial. It's fine.
I think Ramus, it just doesn't really like care enough. He's just sort of like humoring Berg. He's just like, yeah, they're weird. He's like not really, unless Berg pushes again, like, and makes me like look, and like I'll like stay in the illusion for as long as I can. As it's comforting right now, just to be around people that are having fun and stuff.
So is your reaction that it's like,
just like,
it's fine?
We're in a weird place. Of course it's going to be weird to you.
Yeah.
I don't like it here.
Why? Everyone's having fun. Why can't you have fun?
They're not Ramus. It's tense. Is that the...
That's the word, yeah.
Berg using a big word makes me go, like, he seems a little serious. Like, so now that he's pressing, I take a look at the crowd and like see like what he's talking about, like try to see what they're doing around me, like if they look like they're having a good time or like if they're being weird. Now I'm like looking at the crowd. and trying to perceive what's happening.
Yeah, and then you get that kind of like it's a party in a madhouse feeling.
Well, they definitely seem a little off, a little nutty, but I don't know what normal is here. This could be normal.
Or like just examines the people again, looks at them.
Yeah. And I think on that, when the two of you kind of are like, this could be normal here, we get the long kind of pan back across this bacchanalia of people shouting, and there's like a fight in one corner, people laughing, and it would be shot with this really fisheye lens, so it's very like disorienting, and the end credits music starts to play, but it's all like distorted and played on like a weird like crank organ or something, and then we fade to credits. Yeah, it's played on some kind of demonic hurdy-gurdy. And yeah, the end credits would be like a cover. It'd be a cover on like a carnival like instruments, I think, for our end credits of this episode. And then we fade out.
Nice.
That's it. Yeah.
Nice. I like how you guys are having this very intense thing, and I'm just like fucking some bugs.
I fell in the mud.
I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this during the post show, but I love that Maharib was the one to meet Bugfucker, and he did it alone because it totally flipped the scene. Like Bugfucker was like, "I hate people," and Maharib's like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense." And he's like, "What? What? No, you're supposed to. Whatever. Fuck you."
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was very fun.
I enjoyed it. We'll definitely talk about that in the post show. Let's do some shout outs first. We'll do some XP. And then we'll call it an episode and jump into that post show. Zeke, why don't you start us off with some shout outs?
You betcha. Man, it's good to be back here role playing. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you to Dan, Max, JP, and Adam for always making this highlight of my week. I was so excited to get back into this wild Mara world. And I'm kind of enjoying playing like the plaything. It's kind of fun. But my name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at or / Ezekiel_III. That is on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Throw me a follow there. I will be on Drop Frames tomorrow, as usual. And Thursday, or if you want to catch me on another different role-playing show, it's called Nocturne. It'll be an hour after Drop Frames tomorrow. That's on twitch.tv/Table Story. It is a modern, set in the present day, horror kind of supernatural, Stranger Things kind of a role-playing tabletop game. So if you want to change a pace, check that out. But if you want to check me out playing video games, I will be playing at noon Pacific time on Thursday. Probably the Twitter poll is looking like it's leaning Sekiro. So I have not seen anything past like the teaser trailer from E3. I have no idea what I'm stepping into, so that should be fun. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.
It'll be good. Also, tomorrow on Drop Frame Zeke, I'm going to be very careful to not say literally anything about that game, but talk about it in some depth. So it'll be a fun thing.
So hard.
I am fully willing to get up and walk away while you guys gush about it, or like take my headphones off and then you just give me like the signal to like put it back on.
We talked about it at length last week, and so all I did last week was just fight the final fight. But I have a lot to say about the final fight potentially. So,
dude, listen, don't
so
let me be a barrier.
Just have to step around.
I do not mind taking off the headphones.
Yeah, we might do something like that. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Mr. GassyMexican, some shout outs, please.
Hi, I'm GassyMexican. I'm sick, as we covered in the beginning of this, so sorry if I was a little because I got the PAX pox and such. It does feel good to be back though. Berg is God, I hope I get those wings. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And yeah, you can check me out on all the stuff that's over there or there, whichever one of these is right. I can't tell. I'm going to be streaming later on tonight, trying to anyways. I'm going to check out some Outward for a little bit, and then I'm going to do some Risk of Rain too. So if you guys want to check out any of that, go for it. Other than that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm going to keep just drowning in meds, and hopefully I feel better soon.
That's the way to do it.
Please
Meds is good. You know what you should do, Max? You should binge all of Game of Thrones before the 14th. Just take a bunch of NyQuil and watch 7 seasons of Game of Thrones.
That's so much.
Hey, I watched 6
Thrones.
seasons in about 2 weeks, so you can do it. I believe in you.
That's so much Game of Thrones.
It's a lot. It goes really fast though. Also, things happen in that show, and you're like, "What the fuck? That happened?"
I know.
No way.
Yeah,
What
it
the
keeps you
fuck?
going. Yeah,
I don't
for
remember
sure.
that shit at all. Dan, some shout outs for us, please.
I am DansGaming, /DansGaming on Twitch, variety streamer. Tomorrow I'll be playing the Borderlands 1 Remastered, which comes out. Hopefully it's fun. I saw a little bit of today, and it looks like it's overhauled a lot, and it's going to be way more fun than the base game. Thanks for having me on the show again. It was fun to explore this crazy, weird world of atoms of the Mara, and I can't wait to explore more of it next week. Thanks again.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for being on the show. Last but not least, Mr. Adam Coble. Some shout outs, please, and then we'll do goals.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. The Q&A for today's episode is live over at community.itmeJP.com. I'll put that in the chat again for you. There you go. So pop on over and ask me some questions about the universe. And I know everybody has opinions about what kind of cool wings Max should have. So go ahead and post them in there. You can find me most of the time. I mean, honestly, like right here for a big chunk of my time. You're going to find me here again tomorrow for Far Verona. But you might also find me at twitch.tv/Adam Coble. Or on Twitter at skinnyghost, where I talk about role-playing games. I've got a game tomorrow morning. If you're in Europe or one of the early crowd, you can catch me on twitch.tv/DND. We're jumping back into Jace, Beller, and Must Die, which is my Magic the Gathering themed D&D show. So I'm happy to be back. I had a good time in Japan, but now it's time to do more RPGs. So I hope I will see you there.
Indeed.
Let's get some XP.
Let's do it.
Let's get some XP. All right, so before we begin, Zeke, how many XP are you away from
I think you
leveling
said 300.
Yeah, if I can manage 2 working towards, which I believe I did, find a way to alleviate my cravings and get in good. I didn't get the boon, but I worked towards it. So if I can do that, that's 550 a piece. So I'll
Okay.
make next level.
Yeah. I actually changed the way that the experience works. You get 699 experience. That's it.
Yeah.
Sent us an email about that. I don't know if you saw.
Someone's gonna get a dick punch. Here we go. I promised at the beginning of the show.
All right. So let's see. Find a way to alleviate my addiction. You just turn it off. You just don't watch it anymore. It's not that good of a show. And then find a way. I haven't watched that show in forever. Find a way to garner a boon for my new master. Yeah, you worked on both of those. So yeah, you get your 550 twice for those guys.
Okay.
So
Coolio.
you level up. So you're level
Perfect.
what?
12.
Fuck yeah. Cool. All right.
Nice.
So Ramus,
We'll roll for HP,
I
by
think
the
you-
way, in the post show. So if you want to watch that.
I think you get the same because you were working on finding a way to disguise Berg and finding your way into Yorda's service. Though actually, you know what? I'm going to give you that last one because you serve him indirectly. You're going on a mission for someone. Like just because there's a middleman doesn't mean you didn't do the thing. So I'll give you the medium for that one. So
Awesome.
let's see what that is. So you get 4,000 for that,
Damn.
and then 550. So 45. Yeah, 4550.
Damn. How the fuck does it always work out for goddamn Ramus every fucking time? I try to make
in the
easy
Ramus.
goals and
He's
then I
living in the Ramus
fuck it
universe,
up.
man. He has traveled beyond the Black Veil and now lives in a universe that plays by his rules.
He's also critting all the important rolls. He crit another important roll
Yeah,
today.
the last 2 sessions, Ramus. Yeah, Dan has rolled fucking baller. So
Well, I had to open my big mouth. I had the boon. It was within my grasp, and I had to open my big fucking mouth.
You did, yeah. You did screw yourself there.
Stupid RP.
sorry, Mr. Tusky.
Stupid RP.
Okay, and then Maharib.
I think I got one, and that was it.
You reconnected with the Gun Princess. She's not alive yet, but she will be shortly.
Yeah, and I didn't
And
talk.
that one was
Yeah.
and that one was an easy one.
I
So,
feel like if I
2,000.
just started asking the other people, it's not gonna go
You'll
well.
have some. She's died and is coming back from dying, and she's talked a bunch about how she's like died before. So I
Yeah.
feel like in the next session, if you make a point of having like a conversation and you like coax Gun Princess into talking to you, she could probably offer you some insight about
Yeah.
dying. And
I
being
fucking got her heart in the middle of a grub's
Hey, you
stomach.
saved her.
Yeah. These motherfuckers are both getting me into the goddamn necropolis, or I'm killing them.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. And then Berg, you definitely worked on overcoming your fear. Actually, you know what? I think making that roll and I think you did it. I think making that roll and then also being like alone in that conversation without Ramus. Because that's as much the thing, right? You didn't have Ramus to turn to. Like, I think if you had succeeded and Ramus had, it would have just been working towards. But Ramus's failure and your stepping up to be like, no, I can do this. I can talk to this guy. I think you did. You've been working on that one a while. So you get, let's see. Okay. And then you get 6,000 for that one.
Damn.
And you worked on creating a disguise. So for you, this session, it's 6,550.
Could argue that I worked on escaping the void when I talked about the veins and things like that.
There wasn't really there was no roll or anything involved there. There was no challenge.
I worked on it.
Berg, you aren't level 12?
No, I'm level 12.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're all
so it's not
12
550
except
then.
you.
So it was 6,000 and then what?
He said 550. It's 600 now. Right?
Berg got, what level are you, Berg, right now?
We're all 12 except for Zeke.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's 550 if you work on something.
6,000 plus 550.
So 6,550. This many.
50 times the level is 600, Adam, is what I was saying.
Oh, it is 600. You're right.
Okay.
Sorry. So it's 6,600 for Bert. Because you're not, that's right, you're not level 11 anymore. Correct.
Do we get more XP then for me and Dan or no?
Yeah, if I gave you like
I got 2,000.
No, so yours is the same.
Okay.
Yours is fine if you succeeded. It was only 50 off for the working on one.
Okay. So yeah, I think Dan gets 50 more XP.
Dan gets another 50 experience.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right, that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. We will be back next Tuesday, I do believe, for more Court of Swords. We'll see you guys. Then we're going to go do that post show over at patreon.com/roleplay. That'll be posted here in about probably 45 minutes to an hour. We put up the Q&A from earlier this morning that myself and Adam did for April, as well as the zine. What is it, Adam? How do you say it?
Zine.
The zine.
Like the
It's
end
the
of
zine.
magazine.
I know. I always have to question myself and you. It's just customary at this point. That is up as well for April. So if you are of those tiers, go enjoy the content. And we will see you guys tomorrow for Drop Frames, then Far Rona. We're out. Have a good night. Bye-bye.